Yes, guys, welcome back to more GBFC. Liverpool this summer could still lose 3 of their best players for free. I remember back in the days when Chelsea lost Tony Rudiger, Andreas Christensen for free. These guys are Champions League winning defenders, and since then, we've never really recovered. So if you're a Liverpool fan, right now you haven't lost them, but if you lose them, could this be the one season where Arne Slot could have won it all and actually kept them all as a result, that losing the Carabao Cup final, being knocked out the Champions League, being knocked out the FA Cup by Plymouth, could that Premier League win almost be these players going out on a whim? Now, I know that winning a Premier League is never something you turn your nose up at, but I just get the feeling regarding the contract situation of Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the supposed departure this summer of Luis Diaz. I don't know about you lot, but I look at this and I think, well, Liverpool this season, many times during this season, we're looking at a team that could have actually gone on and won a quadruple. If we speak domestically, they didn't show up in that final against Newcastle. More so than anything, huge credit to Newcastle. They beat Liverpool on the day. And I also think Liverpool entered that final scared of Newcastle. So if anything also, Liverpool maybe beat themselves against Paris Saint-Germain. PSG have been absolutely brilliant this season. We did a video talking about PSG already. They have been front runners in this Premier League title race all season long. And I want to say this. It is a huge feat to take over from someone like Jurgen Klopp. Now, with Klopp, there's obviously a lot where we can talk about the energy of Jurgen Klopp. He didn't necessarily win loads and loads of trophies. It wasn't like Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Yes, Klopp won a Champions League. Yes, he did win a Premier League. And there was obviously domestic cups scattered in there as well. Most of them in finals against Chelsea, so I don't want to remember it. But Arne Slot took over something. If you remember what Jurgen Klopp was like on the pitch at the end of last season, when Liverpool could have had it all again last year as well. But Klopp out there on the field was flipping singing the name of the next manager. I don't know many football clubs where the manager that's leaving will be out there singing the song of the next manager before the next guys even walk through the door. So this season, what Arne Slot took over was a culture that was already ready-made. It was gift wrap with a gold bow on the flipping envelope. And it said, look, you're going to have all of these players. You can come in, take over. This is a team that can win something. You're going to have a Man City this season that maybe aren't going to be as strong. They might lose the Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri. And Man City haven't been the same. Arsenal, will they ever have enough to get over the line, over the likes of the Liverpools and the Man Cities of the past? It still remains to be seen. Chelsea spent loads of money, probably in the wrong direction. Can they compete? Probably not. So Liverpool this season have kind of had if you can keep going with the quality of football, we're also going to tactically change things. It isn't the same as Klopp football, but it is similar players. But what Slot has done is he's managed to get the best out of so many of them. And this season, there's no denying the best player in the country has been Mohamed Salah. The amount of goals he's scored, phenomenal. The amount of assists that he gets, phenomenal. The way that some games he can look as though he's not involved, but then he'll do something. He will pull the rabbit out of the hat. And Liverpool have been so reliant on Mohamed Salah for so long. As well as that, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who there were questions about him defensively, always. But this season, I think he's evolved his game. Real Madrid have been knocking on the door for years, and he could also leave on a free. And then you've got Virgil van Dijk, who many would say is the best centre-back of this Premier League era, since the likes of Vidic, Ferdinand, John Terry left the game in the Premier League. Virgil van Dijk has been that guy that many of us look at and think, he's the benchmark. He's the very best. And look, I'll be very honest. I think Liverpool have got the best centre-back in the league. I think they've got the best player in the league, Mohamed Salah. And I think they have got Trent Alexander-Arnold, a kid that grew up in Liverpool, knows everything that it means to be a Liverpool player, and is one of the best creators from a defensive position in the world. And it is such a huge potential loss. Obviously here we're talking about 3 players that might all stay at Liverpool. They might all leave. And at the moment, I think if anything, it looks like Trent's going to go. Salah's probably going to stay. what's going to happen to Virgil van Dijk. So at the moment, I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, when we talk about Liverpool winning a Premier League, that all does sound great. But I just get the feeling that when it comes to these contract negotiations that have been happening, I think if the players were absolutely adamant they wanted to stay, they'd have signed a long time ago. We're obviously going to be talking about three of the best players in the Premier League right now. They're going to have amazing offers from your PSGs, your Saudi clubs with money. Real Madrid want Trent. You know, there's so many big clubs that will be able to offer massive money for these three players. And when you look at the way this season has gone, I just wonder if Liverpool would have just been given it a bit more in that Carabao Cup final. They obviously could have beaten Newcastle. If they would have still been in the Champions League, if they would have not been knocked out the FA Cup by Plymouth, I just wonder if this would have been a historic season where Liverpool could have won 2 or 3 trophies. Would that have actually made the decision of these three players even more obvious that the decision is to stay at Liverpool? Has it been that the Premier League is obviously all going to be there, and these players might be like, well, is this as far as this team is going to go? And I think that is the main point I wanted to make in this video. Do you lot think, let me know in the comments down below, is it possible, without all of these players or with all of these players, that Arne Slot can build with this Liverpool team something similar to that of Pep Guardiola? Is it the fact that Liverpool don't have the financial muscle to spend the money that Man City have had? Is that the hindrance? Or is it going to be that even losing one of these guys is going to change things quite dramatically? Can Liverpool replace Mohamed Salah? I don't know. Can Liverpool get someone as good as Virgil van Dijk? Probably not. He's probably the best centre-back in world football right now. So if he leaves, is he irreplaceable? Trent Alexander-Arnold, do you lose so much of Liverpool if you lose Trent? And then sprinkled in on top of that, there's a lot of rumours right now that Luis Diaz might be leaving Liverpool this summer. Now, Diaz had a brilliant start to the season. He's kind of petered off since then. So I think Liverpool fans, from what I can gauge at the moment, and please let me know in the comments, I don't want to speak for you, but what I can see at the moment is that losing Diaz isn't as big of a worry as potentially losing Salah, Trent, and Virgil van Dijk on a free. I mean, the fact that it's on a free makes this potentially catastrophic because Liverpool can't bring in fees for these players that if you're going to rebuild, obviously you're going to need to bring money in to be able to spend the kind of money that it would take to replace Salah, Trent, Virgil. If they leave on a free, like this is a disaster for Liverpool, surely. I don't think they all will leave. I think Salah is scoring so many goals and it's such a peak right now. And I just think he's still got enough in him to stay for another year, 2 years, whatever it is. Chase down some goal records and be that guy that he has already been at Liverpool. The fact that Liverpool won that Premier League COVID time is so big. The first Premier League that they've won. Champions League again, I think if they didn't have PSG, which was unlucky, I still think they could have gone all the way. So it's very much touch and go right now with this Liverpool that we're looking at with Arne Slot. Yes, winning the Premier League this season is going to be amazing. It's a great first year. No one's denying that. But I just wonder if the other cup exits might mean that it makes those decisions of the players that could leave more likely to do so, because if they only win the Prem this year, is that as far as they can go? Can they continue it next season? Can they build something that is going to see them consistently winning? Maybe these players will look at the points they're at in their careers and be like, I want to go and get a sign-on bonus somewhere. I want to go and guarantee myself competing for top honours for 2 or 3 more years at another club. I really want to know what Liverpool fans think about this in the comments down below. At the moment, who knows what's going to happen? But I think if you're a Liverpool fan, surely you want all 3 of these guys to sign new deals. Surely. It's got to be that, hasn't it? Thoughts in the comments down below. See you guys tomorrow.